All right, out here again in New Brunswick. Of course, we're in New Brunswick. We are at the trailhead or the roadhead. It's not a trailhead because it's not a trail. This is not a traditional hike that we're going on, even though we said, my brother and I, that we're gonna go on a hike today. Been here before, didn't post the video, referenced the video that I did not post in our last video. Hope you're still with me on this. But it looks like an old logging road, an ATV trail. Like, I don't really know. I just know that it's not what you think of when you think of a hike. We're gonna hike to 7 Mile Lake. Okay, I think I'm going off memory here. It's about 8 kilometers from here, the entry point to 7 Mile Lake. Last time I was there, it was probably a good 8 inches of snow, and it was very challenging. I was suffering, but trying to enjoy the suffering on that hike. It was bad. It was bad. It almost turned into a survival situation. I'm not gonna lie. It was like pretty intense by the end. Could barely lift my legs. Should have had snowshoes on. Just, it was a learning experience. De caminata, vamos. Tenemos comida. Tenemos café. This is Paco, ladies and gentlemen, fresh from Mexico.
Se pronuncia Paco.
Mexico.
Sí.
Okay. So as you can see, it's not a trail, okay? It's a road, ATV trail. I think you could even drive all the way to 7 Mile Lake. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out where this goes.
Actually quite nice.
And the buds are starting to come out on the trees. This is spring, folks. Snow? Oh yeah. Yep, this is the shoulder season. Very tricky. Okay, so the trees, they're budding. It's a lot more green than the last time I was here for sure. No snow on the road. Okay, it's mostly a road up until this part, for the record. Though we're noticing just a little bit of snow. Can you see that? Right? I don't know. There, you see that white stuff? Yeah, a little bit of snow. So I guess a little bit of nature person lingo. This is shoulder season. So shoulder season is basically in between the cold and the hot. So there's 2 shoulder seasons per year, one in the spring, one in the fall, and they're very tricky. Blair and I were just talking about it. It's tricky to decide on what you want to wear and what you want to pack in a shoulder season, because you could set off and it's really nice and it's warm and it's like, oh, spring, summer's here, it's so nice. A cloud goes in front of the sun and then all of a sudden it's totally different. It's cold. So you have to be very clever and strategic with what you're packing when you set off on a day hike in shoulder season, because the weather can turn like that, especially in a province like New Brunswick. Yeah, I stopped here last time I was here and took the same video. Okay, jackets have come off. We're getting a little bit spicy now, but we're almost there. If I remember correctly, we're almost at 7 Mile Lake, so can't wait to get there. It was so epic in the winter. It was so awesome to see. I was the only one there, and I have a feeling we're gonna be the only ones here today as well. But it's gonna look completely different, so can't wait. Okay, raindrops are coming. We knew there was a chance of rain. Yeah, it was showing I think 20% chance of rain, so it wasn't very high, and I didn't think it was gonna come this early. So luckily we're almost there, and we can hunker down behind a tree. Okay, I didn't get it bad. You went all the way in.
Oh yeah.
Both shoes. Wow. Okay, so we definitely made it. You can see the water, and it looks like there's a fire pit. Okay, so guess this is the spot. We are uncovering a hidden gem. You're welcome. If you can brave the hike, that is. Definitely would not do this in a car. You're not gonna make it in a car. The ground is extremely soft. We noticed on probably the last 25% of the hike, the ground, even though it's gravel, became extremely soft. Like, I would go to take a step in the gravel and you see, rocks. You're like, oh, this is safe. Foot sinking down like 4 inches into mud. Blair's been ankle deep a couple times. Yeah, so just be weary of that. It is also, again, shoulder season, so the ground is soft. All that moisture, all that snow that was here last time has melted into the ground, so be careful. There we have it. Cool. Look at that island over there. All right, so yeah, we're out here. It's so quiet, so peaceful out here. We were talking about water on the way here. My brother is asking what streams are safe to drink out of, what ponds are safe, and which ones aren't. How do you tell the difference? And for those of you guys who don't know, who think you can, sort of just drink out of streams, they might look fresh, but well, they could be, moderately fresh, relatively fresh, but they're not. It's not safe to drink any water. Okay, you have to boil it, bring it to a rolling boil for about a minute, and that will kill anything that will be harmful to you. If you don't do that, you do risk getting sick. It's not guaranteed, it's just a risk. And if you're out just for the afternoon, I mean, that you might take that risk, right? But if you're on like a 4 or 5 day backcountry hiking trip, or you're doing something like that where you're in the forest indefinitely, basically, that risk now becomes heavier. Right? You don't want to ruin your whole trip and have to call for rescue even if you do get sick, if you get ill. So boil your water, okay? Use a filter. That's another solution if you don't have the time or resources to boil water. They have pretty cheap filters out there these days. Pick up one of those. But having said that, if you do want to take risk, what's life without a little risk now and then? Try to aim for water sources, streams or rivers that are fast moving. There's lots of rocks, the water is moving around and bumping up against the rocks, okay? That's gonna be relatively safer than still stagnant water. So we saw water sources of all kinds on this hike. I tried to capture a few of them just so you can see the still, the stagnant. Stay away from those, risk is higher. If it's fast moving, river, stream type of deal, that's gonna be safer. Not safe, safer. The risk is all up to you, my friend, okay? Good luck with that. Shout out to little Miss Irie May for letting me use her little lunch thermos. So Uncle Blair blessed us with some oatmeal. So we're gonna have lunch before we go. Get those calories up. Burned a lot walking here, so see how it is. Daily oats. Okay, so just waiting for the water to boil for the coffee. We're using lake water, okay? We're bringing that to a rolling boil, as mentioned before. Could have used the water we brought, but I feel like this is such an easy way to connect with nature, make our coffee with the water that is out here. It might sound nerdy to some of you guys, just another simple and easy way to connect with nature, okay? But I was just sort of exploring this little beach as I was waiting for the coffee water to boil, and something caught my eye. It's this something green over here, so I walked over to see what it was, and there's a little stream here, but I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so yeah, it's garbage, or what looks like garbage, okay? It's a raft. It's an inflatable raft that someone has abandoned. Why should you care? Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because I just want to point out that as you're hiking, when you're in the backcountry, it's important to take what I call sort of a walking inventory. So as you're walking the trail, oh, there's a stream, I could get fresh drinking water there. Pick out different landmarks that you see. If you get lost, you'll be able to recognize, oh, I see that radio tower in the distance. Okay, so that means I'm here. When I see this raft sort of washed up here, which appears to be garbage, heaven forbid something happens to Blair and I and we can't walk out of here, we can't call for help, that's a potential shelter, okay? Like, we could throw that over us if nightfall comes and it's raining, and we could stay dry. We can use that for a roof, for a shelter, if anything were to happen. Hopefully you're never in these situations, but it does help to be conscious and be self-aware of your environment and the tools that may be at your disposal if you know what to look for. So coffee instant coffee, but there is something to be said about a hot drink on a cool day sitting out in nature. It's instant, but it hits different. I'm telling you, I can't explain it. It's just, you gotta try it and you'll know. 7 Mile Lake, any thoughts there, friend?
Yeah, I mean, it's very quiet and peaceful out here. The sound of the water is super tranquil and just a good reminder to get out into nature more often. Allow the sound of the rippling water to wash away the thoughts and just be present here, something we often forget to do. What nature does, it's always a good reminder to let it all go and just be here.
Bob Marley once said, "Some people feel the rain, others just get wet." Okay, weather is turning on us. It's starting to rain a lot heavier now. And if there's anyone who you would want to be with, miles out into the forest when things go sideways, it's my brother. He's one of the ones who understand what Bob Marley meant with those words. And as the water made its way through the layers of our clothing with its relentless downpour, our attitude stayed grounded in gratitude for this beautiful place and our time together. Thank you, 7 Mile Lake, and thank you, rain. For as any true adventurer knows, it's not an adventure until something goes wrong. And that is all we have for you guys in this video. If you made it to this point, if you watched the whole way through, thank you so much. As always, love you for that. It was a great day, 7 Mile Lake, even right to the bitter end when we were both drenched. It rained nonstop for, almost the entire walk back. It was just relentless. Me and my brother Blair said only a few words the whole way back. We weren't really bitter or upset or sad or anything. It was just like, yeah, it's raining. This is just an interesting time. We're out here and this is the reality. So there's no sense in fretting. This is it. So just be, just be. Easier said than done, but it was easy to do, especially when you have another person who's with you who carries such, high attitude. Blair would never be the first person to start complaining about any situation. So, when you surround yourself with people like that, you tend to not want to be that person who becomes the downer for the group too. So keep that in mind. Choose your friends wisely. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm definitely pretty blessed with the company that I keep, my brother. It's not like I had to go out into the world and find someone who's an inspiration for me. It was just kind of given to me. Thanks, Mom. But before I go, massive shout out to our patrons, these guys right here. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. If you, viewer, found value in this video, you like what we're doing over here at A Tribe Called Owens, you too can become a patron. Link is in the description for that. Whew. Like the video, subscribe if you're new here, all that YouTube stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a great day. Peace.